Welcome back to DC-Cember, as me and my guests, Velvetjoker and Patrick Palen, continue through the top 12 standalone DC films.
Hey, Jim! Whoa!
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit!
Classic Christopher Reeve.
Yep. The golden standard for what makes a good superhero film. Ask Kevin Feige.
Well, listen, it was this. The score was amazing. And listen, it was 1978. We had never seen that before. The tagline, I think it was, could you believe a man could fly? We had never had the TV technology at that point to see anything like that. So this was, at the time, incredible, groundbreaking. And you had Christopher Reeve. He had this great boyish look and charm, smile, and he was also great at the Clark Kent buffoonery. Even though I think the movie visually, because again, it doesn't stand up to like 4K today, his performance stands up. Even the goofy parts.
Why would anyone want to make a total stranger look like a fool?
I think that's why it still has remained a classic, in addition to having an amazing Lex Luthor actor who at the time, I believe, was Oscar and Academy Award winning. Rest in peace to him as well.
Gene Hackman's Lex, like he's equally menacing, but also kind of comedic because of his henchmen, especially with Otis.
Yeah, Otis.
I just love the fact that he had Otisburg as part of Luthor's plan for demolishing California.
Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place, man. Otisburg?
That's why I'm sure why this is the top of the strong part of the list.
You know what's funny? I think this is one of the few films where the main character doesn't get top billing first in the credits.
I hadn't remembered that.
Gene Hackman got top billing?
I believe so for the first film. It was either, I think, between Gene Hackman or Marlon Brando. I mean, don't quote me on that. A lot of friends of mine point out with that one scene where Clark comes in to take Lois out on a date, and when he takes off his glasses, the way he repositions himself and goes into a Superman voice, it's just like, okay, that's really believable. I mean, in fact, they even put that scene in the documentary about Christopher Reeve's life. It's just amazing what they've done with that. Like the chemistry with Margot Kidder, it was just great because I loved her Lois Lane. She's very job-oriented, you know, not afraid to say any wisecracks, and of course, like always getting into trouble and stepping up in front of Clark. Because I do love that scene, like when Clark's panicking but quickly grabs the bullet.
I guess I must have fainted.
Fainted? You fainted.
Sorry.
It was just great build-up with Superman to see little parts of him growing up from arriving in Smallville, a little bit of his teenage life where, unfortunately, with the loss of his father, and even with the fact that despite his abilities, he couldn't save him, which I would say was a better way of handling that than Man of Steel.
I definitely see that.
And even like, yeah, with the whole, like, can you believe a man fly? Because I like that flying scene, even though it really doesn't make sense when she's like on the side next to him, holding her hand and everything. I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like she'd be more not on par with him. She's kind of be like dangling below or something. But the only thing I would say is, what did you guys think, I guess, with that, I guess would be first time rewind? Reversing the planet's access to rewind time so that way he could save Lois's life.
Well, being an older nerd, and at that time in the comics, Superman was insanely powered. He could move planets, and there was no reason why I wouldn't believe that he could to go back in time. At the time, it did not bother me. It just seemed like a natural fit.
That's basically how I perceived it as well, or at the time, I was never really super familiar with the Superman character as he was in the comics, but from my general understanding of him, largely informed by that movie, I was like, well, that makes sense. At least in the context of that movie, I felt like it was believable in that movie.
I mean, I guess I was 50-50 about it because he was warned not to do that, not to, interfere with this planet's life or anything. Basically, not to play God.
Yeah, but Lois. It's Lois, man. It's Lois.
Sorry, I'm just remembering a Robot Chicken skit where Superman pranks Batman and tells him, hey, you could also do it too if you run really fast, and you could bring your parents back. They just watch Batman run around the block.
I'm coming, Bobby!
Some of it may be a bit corny for me, but I respect it because, yeah, Christopher Reeve was a phenomenal Superman.
Not to like inevitably bring it to the topic of the new one from this year, but if we're going off the original for that's like our gold standard, that's a reason why I like the new one so much as well.
I guess it's for me nowadays, I feel like if you have the power to basically do the whole rewind time, try to prevent death of your close ones, I feel like then death has no consequence. It defeats the purpose of a character's journey if there's an undo button.
That's a good point. Maybe that was a downside for the character, like bringing in more people into having an interest in that character, thinking he's just kind of overpowered. There's like one thing he's weak, like there's like one vulnerability for him, so he's a pretty boring character. I mean, I have a friend, he was going off this year's version, but still, like that's his issue with the character. Is just he feels like the character is so overpowered that there's just not really a way to have any type of high stakes that make it interesting to watch conflict.
And I didn't hate it because it's the first superhero film, first full-length superhero film made, and it's a love interest. You're not gonna kill off the love interest, and because as you said, Velvet, it's Lois.
Unless you're the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The characters often come back. I mean, how many times have the X-Men died and come back?
Phoenix. Yeah.
The only one that seems to consistently be dead is Uncle Ben.
Poor Uncle Ben.
Yeah, pretty much. But still, for this first Superman, it paved the way for all kinds of superhero films to come out because, as I mentioned with Kevin Feige, when he started making more Marvel movies to be connected, the directors would watch that movie as an inspiration of how to make their movies.
And listen, people give Kevin Feige a lot of guff now, but I mean, he knocked it out of the park for like 15 fucking years, movie after movie after movie. So, maybe they're more on a downtrend now, but I gotta say, I still enjoy most of it.
The fact that in 77 we had Star Wars, which revolutionized sci-fi movies forever, and then Superman, right after that, right? 78?
Yeah.
Which set the template for superhero movies. Also, it's just, that's a cool couple of years, to be able to be around if you were fortunate to be able to see those in the theaters in their original runs.
And Patrick, what a laying down of soundtracks on both those movies that then influenced countless movies for tens of decades.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for John Williams, his scores are amazing. Almost no matter what movie, especially for a Superman theme, because they use that for Superman Returns, is used in Smallville, and pretty much influenced the theme for the new Superman movie. It's just a theme that never gets old.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
You're gonna end up fighting every elected official in this country.
Thanks for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed the commentary, be sure to check out my guest podcast channels. Click the links in the description box to find out more details.